Welcome to Bills Nation Daily, your ultimate daily dose of everything Buffalo Bills. Hit that subscribe button and join the most passionate Bills fans as we break down all the latest news, highlights, and game analysis. Go Bills! There's a storm brewing in Buffalo, and it's not just the lake effect snow this time. Whispers are spreading fast across the league that Josh Allen, the face of the Buffalo Bills franchise, could be preparing to walk away at the end of this season. Yeah, you heard that right. The guy who put this team back on the NFL map, the quarterback who turned cold nights in Orchard Park into electric spectacles, might be packing his bags. Nobody inside the organization wants to admit it, of course, but sources close to the situation have been hinting that Allen's relationship with the front office has cooled off. They say the tension's been building for a while now, from questionable play calling to roster decisions that left him hanging out to dry. And when a player like Josh Allen starts feeling like the team isn't matching his energy or commitment, you can bet something's about to give. Fans might not want to believe it, but the cracks are showing. The smiles at press conferences don't seem as genuine. The sideline interactions have lost that spark, and the air around the locker room feels heavier than usual. Something's definitely up in Buffalo. Behind closed doors, some insiders claim that Allen has grown frustrated with the constant pressure and criticism he's faced this season. The Bills have been hovering around that playoff bubble for too long, and for a competitor like Allen, mediocrity just isn't acceptable anymore. He's a player who wants rings, not regular season stats. And when your team can't deliver the support you need, whether it's protection from the offensive line or reliable targets who won't drop key passes, it eats away at you. There have been rumors that conversations between Allen and the coaching staff have gotten heated, with disagreements over offensive schemes and the direction of the team's future. You can almost see it in his body language on the field. The frustration bubbles up when drives stall or when crucial plays fall apart. It's not the same Josh Allen who once celebrated every touchdown with unfiltered joy. There's a weight on his shoulders, and it's starting to show in ways that fans can't ignore. This isn't just a slump, it feels like the calm before a major shakeup. Some people are saying that Allen's camp has already started exploring possibilities outside of Buffalo. Now, nothing official has hit the wires yet. No statements, no leaks from his agent, but the chatter is out there. Teams around the league are reportedly keeping tabs, waiting to see if the situation deteriorates further. Imagine the bidding war if Allen actually becomes available. Franchises desperate for a franchise quarterback would throw everything at him. Draft picks, cap space, maybe even a head coach or two. But what's even more intriguing is how Allen himself might feel about starting fresh. After years of carrying the Bills on his back, would he actually welcome a new chapter? Some say yes. They say he's been quietly yearning for a system that better suits his style. Something looser, more explosive, less predictable. Others insist that Buffalo is still where his heart lies, but hearts change when loyalty isn't reciprocated. If the organization doesn't address his concerns soon, those whispers might turn into a full-blown roar by the end of the season. The city of Buffalo, though, isn't ready for this kind of heartbreak. Fans have invested everything in Josh Allen. Emotionally, financially, spiritually. He's not just a quarterback. He's the hope of a fan base that's endured decades of near misses and heartbreaks. When he arrived, he gave the city belief again, turned the Bills Mafia into a movement that transcended football. Losing him would be more than just a roster shakeup. It would be a gut punch to an entire community. Season ticket holders talk about him like family, kids wear his jersey like armor, and every Sunday feels like a holiday when he's under center. But lately, even the fans are sensing the unease. They can read between the lines of his interviews, the way he deflects questions about the future. He's being professional, no doubt, but there's a subtle distance in his tone, a sign that his mind might already be wandering beyond Buffalo's snowy borders. The city can feel it. They've been through this before with stars who left, but this one would hurt the most. And if Josh Allen really decides to move on, you have to wonder what's next for the Bills organization. Will they hit the reset button and rebuild from the ground up? Or will they try to find a quick replacement and keep the illusion of contention alive? Either path is risky, especially when your entire offensive identity revolves around one man. The locker room dynamics would shift overnight. Players who have built their careers around Allen's leadership might suddenly find themselves lost. Coaches, front office executives, everyone would feel the ripple effects. This isn't just about losing a player. It's about losing the cornerstone of a culture. Buffalo has built everything around Allen's fire, his energy, his refusal to quit. If that leaves the building, the entire blueprint collapses. And here's the thing, maybe Allen knows that. Maybe part of him wants to see how the franchise reacts to this rumor, to test whether they'll finally make the changes he's been asking for. Because if they don't, he won't need to say a word. His silence will speak volumes. What's fascinating about this entire situation is how quiet the official channels have been. Normally, when a rumor like this catches fire, the PR teams rush to put out the flames, statements, interviews, denials. But not this time. The Bills front office has been silent, and that silence is deafening. It's almost like they don't want to commit to anything they might regret later. Meanwhile, Allen himself has been careful with his words, staying diplomatic but noticeably detached. That's not nothing. Athletes at his level are masters of body language and tone, and when the vibe changes, it's for a reason. Analysts on sports talk shows have started dissecting every press conference, every sideline moment, trying to decode what's really going on. And the more they look, the more it feels like this rumor has legs. Maybe it's still early, maybe it's just smoke, but in the NFL, smoke usually means something's burning. And if this fire keeps growing, Buffalo might soon face a reality no one in that city ever wanted to imagine: a world without Josh Allen. Now let's talk about what could actually happen if this rumor turns out to be true. Imagine the off-season chaos if Josh Allen officially announces he's leaving Buffalo. The news would shake the entire NFL landscape to its core. Teams that thought they were settled at quarterback would suddenly start rethinking everything. Front offices would scramble, trade phones would light up, and social media would explode. It would be the biggest storyline since Tom Brady left New England. Maybe even bigger because Allen's still in his prime. You'd have franchises lining up to make their pitch. Los Angeles, Las Vegas, maybe even San Francisco if they want to go bold. The possibilities would be endless, and the narrative would dominate sports media for months. Every analyst would debate whether Buffalo did enough to keep him, whether the front office failed their superstar, and whether Allen's next move would finally bring him the ring he's been chasing. It would be drama at its finest, the kind of off-season saga fans live for, even if Bills Mafia would be living a nightmare. What's particularly intriguing is how this potential move could reshape Allen's legacy. In Buffalo, he's already a legend, the guy who brought them back to relevance, who made the Bills contenders again. But if he leaves and finds success elsewhere, it would redefine how people view him entirely. It's one thing to shine in a small market team with loyal fans. It's another to go to a major franchise and win it all. Think about what that did for players like Stafford or Brady when they changed teams. Allen could become the next great redemption story, proving that sometimes you have to leave home to reach your full potential. But there's a flip side to that coin, the risk of failure. If he leaves and things don't work out, critics will be merciless. They'll say he couldn't handle adversity, that he abandoned the team that believed in him first. That's the gamble every superstar faces when considering a move like this. It's not just a football decision, it's a legacy-defining one. For the Bills, this would trigger a domino effect unlike anything they've seen in decades. Losing Josh Allen means losing the player who masks so many of the team's flaws. The offensive line's inconsistencies, hidden by his mobility, lack of elite wide receivers, covered by his arm strength, coaching errors, overshadowed by his improvisation. Without him, those cracks become canyons. The defense, already stretched thin, would feel the pressure of carrying games again. The fan base, one of the most loyal in the NFL, would demand answers, and fast. You can almost picture the headlines: Buffalo in crisis, post-Allen era begins, rebuild or collapse. The front office would be under immense scrutiny, and whoever steps into that quarterback role next would face impossible expectations. Replacing a player like Josh Allen isn't just hard, it's borderline impossible. He's a once-in-a-generation talent, and letting him go whether by choice or by failure to act, would leave scars that take years to heal. Before we dive back in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest Buffalo Bills updates straight to your screen. And hey, don't hold back. Let us know your thoughts on today's news down in the comments. But maybe, just maybe, this entire situation serves as a wake-up call for Buffalo. Maybe this is the shock the organization needs to finally fix the issues that have been festering for years. If the rumor forces management to look in the mirror and realize they've been wasting a superstar's prime, then some good might come out of all this noise. It's not just about contracts or coaching. It's about vision. Does Buffalo truly see itself as a championship-caliber organization, or are they content being a perennial, almost their team? Josh Allen's potential departure could force them to answer that question honestly. Because if they can't show him that they're committed to building a winning culture, he'll find someone who is. And that's not arrogance. That's ambition. The kind of ambition that makes players legends. The Bills can either rise to the challenge or watch their golden era slip away one cold winter evening when their quarterback quietly walks out of the facility for the last time. Of course, the locker room dynamics will be turned upside down. Teammates who have battled alongside Allen for years would have to process the emotional blow of losing not just their leader, but their friend. He's the heartbeat of that team, the guy who hypes everyone up, who leads by example, who refuses to quit no matter how bad things get. Players like Stephon Diggs, who already have their own frustrations, might see Allen's departure as the final straw. The ripple effect could be massive, leading to more exits, more trades, and a full-scale identity crisis. And let's be real, the NFL isn't just about talent. It's about chemistry. When the emotional core of a team is ripped out, rebuilding that trust and energy takes years. You can change coaches, you could draft new players, but you can't manufacture the kind of fire that Josh Allen brings. That's something you either have or you don't, and Buffalo's been lucky to have it. Losing, though, would be more devastating than any playoff loss. At the end of the day, whether this rumor turns out to be true or not, it's already changed the narrative around the Bills. The fact that people are even talking about Josh Allen possibly leaving says something about where this franchise stands. Great teams don't let things get to this point. They protect their stars, build around them, and keep the foundation solid. The Bills, for all their recent success, seem to be teetering on the edge of something fragile. If they want to keep their golden boy, they need to act now. Rebuild trust, reinforce the roster, and prove that they're serious about winning. Because if Josh Allen really walks away, it won't just mark the end of an era. It'll be the moment Buffalo wakes up from its dream. And when the city that loves him the most watches him wear another jersey, they'll realize just how rare this moment in time truly was, and how quickly greatness can slip through your fingers when you take it for granted. That's a wrap for now. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay on top of all things Buffalo Bills, make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. We'd love to hear what you think in the comments. See you in the next update.